Hello and welcome to another tarot reading that's general and it's for whenever it finds you. It's a timeless reading. Today's subject is what will help you to trust again. So the first card today is Seven of Pentacles, and this card talks about long-term sustainable results and harvesting those results. It talks about taking stock of the situation and clearing out the negative. Now the clarifier is Three of Wands in the reverse, and this talks about delays and obstacles because of a lack of insight, but it also talks about turning away from the present and the future to be in the past. So when you're looking to harvest this long-term success, you're looking at the past and you're trying to figure out what went wrong, or how could I have done this differently, and you've turned your back on the present moment and the future. Just make sure that that is only a temporary thing. Make sure that it's just taking stock of what's going on and how the past has affected your thinking or your emotions on this topic, on the ability to trust. But don't let the past be your guide. Don't let it rule over you, because you want to have this long-term healthy ability to trust. That's what you really want. You want to get that back. So the next card that came out was the Fairy Light. This is Temperance and other decks, and this talks about having patience. It talks about looking at what your values are and how you put those into practice to lead the life that you want, a balanced life, a life where you're in flow. It talks about balancing the past with the present in order to get the future that you want. Now the two clarifiers were the High Priestess and the Tower. The High Priestess, this is all about going within and getting that inner knowledge from your higher self. This is about really examining what's going on, thinking about it very deeply, sometimes putting your emotions to the side in order to gain a different perspective, a third-party perspective, a higher perspective of what happened. And once you've gained that knowledge, you've got this tower here. And this tower is an aha moment. It's coming in, it's letting the ego fall away, removing that mask of, when I say the ego, I mean the conscious and all the things that you're supposed to be in this world to other people, all the things that you're supposed to do. So these are reasons that we can lack trust, because we are trying to be too many things to too many people. We are trying to be something that we are not. We are trying to pretend a lot of the time. We are wearing that mask, and that mask, when the tower comes in, it brings you that aha moment that you can let go of it. The truth can be exposed. The tower brings clarity. It brings a knowledge that's deeper in terms of how to get this balance, how to live your life in a way that you can have your values, that you can have what it is that you want, but you cannot be forced to pretend to be something that you are, or something that you aren't, I mean. So the tower is really helping you look at those values and get that aha moment the high priestess is helping you understand them, and then you're putting them into practice with the fairy light. You're putting that balance into practice. Then we have justice. Justice. This talks about balanced action. This is the card of karma. It talks about really understanding what's going on with your thinking and how that affects your actions, and changing the way that you behave because you've changed the way that you were thinking. Now the two clarifiers are the Five of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. And the Five of Swords, this is talking about a tension, a conflict. Sometimes it is talking about competition for things in the material world. So like a job, competition for food or for shelter, that type of thing. And you're feeling this conflict. You're feeling like you're not getting a fair shake here. You're not getting an equal give and take between yourself and another person, and that's why this trust issue is coming up again. This happened in the past, and now you're afraid this is happening again. The other clarifier was the Two of Pentacles. Now the Two of Pentacles does sometimes talk about being adaptable and having that trust. It mainly talks about time management and juggling two things. So it could be referring to those two things that the fairy light is talking about, like two parts of yourself, or being stuck between like your personal life and your work life, like not having that trust that you'll be able to support yourself, or that you'll be able to, get the time off that you need in order to rest and recuperate. That type of time management issue. So this, but here with the Five of Swords and the Justice, it's talking about like what you aren't able to finish. It's talking about a change, being adaptable, and trusting that those emotional blocks, that you're going to be able to get your way out of them. You're going to be able to balance them eventually. With this Justice card, you're going to get that relief, that knowledge on how to do that, on how to make your heart lighter. And then we have King of Cups. Now, King of Cups, this is talking about your emotional stability, your mental stability, and being responsible for that, taking care of yourself, being loyal to yourself, and balancing those out. And we had 4 clarifiers. So we have the Devil. Now the Devil, this talks about potential for abundance and liberation. It talks about mastering your life force. You've explored those dark thoughts about why you don't trust. You've taken the mask off. You've taken the illusions off. You've gotten rid of them. And now you're looking at these problems that were in your unconscious, in your shadow side, and you're taking responsibility for them. You're exploring them, looking at them differently, realizing that you are not bound to react the same way that you did before. You are not bound to always be the person who gets hurt. by other people's actions. You're not bound to be the one who always hurts other people either. So this devil energy is coming up and it's telling you you control your emotions in your mental state. You are responsible for it with that King of Cups. The Six of Wands, this talks about mastering your skills and abilities in order to have a victory in the way that you define victory, the way that you define success. So this is your personal vision of what success will be for yourself once you have conquered these problems that were sitting in your unconscious. Once you've mastered this trust issue, this is your definition of victory in terms of learning to trust again. Then we have the Knight of Swords. This talks, he is fast acting. He's the fastest acting knight in the deck. He is all about offense. And this talks about being insightful, exploring your options. Sometimes he thinks that he needs to develop the maturity of the king, but the knight is on his way to becoming the king. There's knight, queen, king. Okay? So the knight, he's exploring those options. He's trying to articulate what's going on. He's being insightful in terms of what was in his unconscious that he felt bound to be, and putting this definition of victory into action. He's working towards the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, this talks about strength in being who you are. This talks about reconnecting with yourself and recognizing who you are. I saw 1222. Recognizing who you are on not just an egotistical level, like an in the world level, in this physical world, 3D level, but also recognizing who you are as a soul. Recognizing that spiritual aspect and how that blends into the ego state in this world, in the physical world, and how both of them are affecting each other, how they're playing off each other, and reconnecting spiritually, recognizing who you are as a whole, your conscious and your unconscious mind in this physical world, but also in the spiritual state. So you're reconnecting with this Queen of Wands. That's what you're working towards, and that's what's helping you get this emotional stability, this maturity, this loyalty to yourself, and this ability to trust again. So really connecting, defining, recognizing your issues in particular around getting balance, getting this balance and this justice. The fairy light and the justice are both about balance. It's fine to be in the past for a little while. It's fine to re-examine it from a different perspective than the one that you had in the past when you were experiencing it. If you're looking in the past and you're just staying in that same perspective, that's not healthy. You have to look at it like somebody who's totally neutral towards the situation would look at it. And then figuring out why this fear of competition, this tension about material things, and it brings about these negative thoughts. and this balance, this time management. Really focus on those blocks. Be adaptable. Move forwards. Don't stay stuck in the past. This Tower moment and this High Priestess going within is going to help you. It's going to help you get that balance and be able to alchemize like she's doing here. Be able to create the magic in your life that trust brings back to you. Have a great day.